It's that time of year again, guys. It's about early June when the weather and temperature hit their highs, and when teenagers like ourselves crave to escape the confinements of the organized higher learning institution we call high school. Usually this year is different. This year, we did not coordinate next year's classes with our friends, nor did we groan about the new block schedule that we will suffer in the fall. Instead, this year, we, the class of 2013, will graduate from Doherty Valley, a rite of passage tens of thousands of seniors in high school across the country perform every year. So, what is it about graduation that holds a significant place in a person's psyche, next to memories of marriage or the birth of their children and whatnot?
Lies the ritual of walking across the stage for some piece of paper so near and dear to our hearts. We begin by looking at the word graduation by its raw definition. 1, a receiving or conferring of an academic degree or diploma. 2, a ceremony at which degrees are conferred. Obviously, this states the obvious and is not as helpful as I thought it could be, but from the word ceremony, we know that graduation, at its simplest form, is a significant occasion. It is a formal accomplishment. At the end of every 4 years, students will have completed a multitude of classes ranging in difficulty from Art 1 to Calc BC. This may be interchangeable for some of us. Cough, cough, sigh. In order to fulfill the requirements needed to obtain the most basic form of education needed for some jobs in higher education. In today's society, receiving a high school diploma is perceived as a milestone towards a student's success in life. A report from the Department of Education reveals that 78.9% of all American students had graduated on time from 2009 to 2010, and that number is continuing to increase. I believe that this does deserve applause and acknowledgement as students dedicate the majority of their adolescent lives to learning knowledge that will in some ways allow them to get ahead in life. As so many of us know that education is the key to higher earnings and to a higher standard of living. But I do not believe that the significant personal attachment to high school graduation for students lies only with the prospect of advancing themselves in society. Rather, I believe high school graduation marks a sentimental part of the institution that is the high school experience that students have grown to know over the past 4 years. Not too long ago did we dream about entering school as freshmen, attending sports events, making new friends, dominating the SATs, and going to prom and parties and whatnot. But by now, we have experienced a majority of them. And what I find interesting is that rather than the particular events that took place, students like myself are sentimental about the memories of the feelings and experiences high school has bestowed upon us. For example, dealing with stress, making mistakes, the trials and tribulations of all sorts of relationships, the eventual progress and success of our effort, and complete elation in what we have accomplished. All of these we have learned from and have shaped us into the individuals that we have become today. High school graduation is somewhat of an accumulated wake-up call for seniors to see how far they have come, how much they have grown from as a person, from the person they were a few years ago, and most of all, how much more growing they still need to go. High school graduation is somewhat of an accumulated wake-up call for seniors to see how far they have come, how far they have grown from the person they were a few years ago, and most of all, how much more growing they still need to go. Like our parents, high school will be known to us as the glory days, as it is known to them. It is a period when students learn not only about themselves but the world around them. Thus, graduation is needed and is cherished as the capstone to such an experience, as it brings a part of a student's life to a close as they step even closer to the real world than ever before, preparing to exit by a meteoric leap of faith into the unknown and unexplored.
Are you looking at funk?